Art to War. And today's video topic is going to be about in life, you are going to suffer no matter what you do, basically. I don't understand how people don't get this by now, but if you've been on this planet long enough, or if you're in your late 20s, I feel like you should understand this concept by now. But for those who are younger and are not in their late 20s or early 30s or mid 30s or whatever, this will become a realization in life is that no matter what you do, it's all gonna fucking suck. It's all gonna be fucking hard. It's all gonna be unbearable for the most part. And you just have to pick and choose what you're willing to tolerate, what you get the most joy out of. I'm looking at life from the perspective now of if I'm gonna do something that I know I'm gonna despise, I might as well get the most profit out of it. I might as well enjoy some aspect of it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like if I'm going to suffer, if I'm going to slave, if I'm going to be a workhorse in this system, in this Babylonian system, in this beast system, in this slave system, in this corrupt system, then I am going to choose something that is going to profit me the very most. I don't care if it's at the detriment of my health. I don't care if I'm not going to live a long life. I don't give a shit anymore. Because why should you? Nobody else cares. So why are you caring? If you have this idea of living a long life and passing stuff down to your kids and all that other bullshit, then just pick a regular boring 9 to 5, work, 60 or 70 years of your life and barely be able to afford your retirement and pass down the little nibbles and bits that you have. But if you don't care about the system or society anymore, you don't care about death or the afterlife, and you really don't have anything better to do what you want to do. Like, there's no real reason to not do what you want to do. Um, because no matter what, society, your family, your friends, they're still gonna fucking judge you. So it doesn't even matter. And I mean, once you get to that point of not caring to such a degree that you don't even keep your own friends or family um, or peers around you anymore, like you're free to do whatever the fuck you want to do. It's only when you have societal pressures, right? Societal pressures from your friends, your family, your partner is when you normally are going to be trying to fit the mold to live in this reality. And in doing that, you're going to be miserable as fuck because you're going to be doing everything that everybody else is doing instead of cultivating and working on what you really want to do. So, I mean, like, it's up to you. I mean, you can you can pretend like you're everybody else and do what everybody else does, but just understand they're fine with being miserable and doing what the world tells them to do. They're okay with somebody else controlling or dictating their life. But one day you're gonna have to look yourself in the mirror and realize that you pretty much sold out to society. You gave them everything of you, your time, your energy, your essence, and you don't have anything. I've seen people who've literally given 20 years um, to corporations, to the military or whatever other organization. And when you look at them, some of them are still in distress. Some of them are still struggling to maintain because even though they put in the work and the effort and the energy, a lot of them didn't come out at the end of the tunnel as good as they thought they were going to be. So life happens. I mean, for a man, all it takes is a good divorce. For me, all it took was a car accident. A car accident, a few people that scammed me, losing a job here and there. That stuff adds up. And if you're 50 or 60 years old and you know that you don't have the savings you would like or the retirement that you would like, at least you would be able to look back and say, yo, I chose to do this with my life and that's what I did. Not, oh, I did what society told me and I don't have a savings and I don't have a retirement and I have nothing to look for in retirement and I'm going to die broke. I know so many people who traded their life. Well, they traded experiences for the corporate ladder, or you know, chasing those promotions, and they all say the same thing. Well, when I retire, then I'm gonna travel, or when I get my money together, then I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna do that. And it's just like, what happens if you don't wake up tomorrow? Then what? That vacation to Hawaii never happens, right? That trip to Tokyo never happens because you were too busy chasing the bag. You were too busy slaving away, and you thought that one day you were gonna have enough money. And I have family members who tell me all the time that you'll never really be comfortable enough or feel like you're ready to have a kid, financially ready to have a kid. And hearing that from so-called black people is like the main reason why most black people are impoverished or in poverty, because they take on this burden of bringing kids into this world when they cannot afford to take care of them. Fuck them. They can't afford to take care of themselves. I almost cursed, but I stopped myself. But yeah, they can't take care of themselves, and they bring another human being to this planet so they can struggle more. And in this whole process, they're blaming the kid. They're mad at the kid. They're mad that they have to take care of the kid. And this kid grows up abandoned, abused, frustrated, you know, wondering why he can't succeed, wondering why he or she can't succeed, wondering why he or she is struggling in life, wondering why he or she just can't get it right, wondering why their trajectory of their life is completely changed because they didn't have that stable foundation when they first got here. And I think it's very selfish for a human being, knowing they can't take care of themselves or don't have a future for themselves, to bring a human being onto this planet so they can suffer right along with them, and then blame those people for their suffering. Like, you didn't cause that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and then when people tell me, like, or ask me when I'm going to have a kid, it's like, yo, my life is still in shambles and you're promoting me to have a kid? How sick are you? Like, these people are sick on this planet. They're fucking ill. I don't know who created these beings, but they're disgusting. They're evil. They're liars. They're thieves. They're betrayers. They're molesters. They're sexual deviants, is what they are. They're lustful creatures. Everything that the Bible talks about, that's what these people are. But yet they're sitting up here trying to portray this persona that they're holier than thou when they've committed all of these damn sins that they tell you not to do. And they bring you around all of these fucked up ass people, and then when you come out fucked up, they're looking at you like you're fucked up. And it's like, motherfucker, you had me around all these fucked up ass people. But then people love to use this expression, well, when you point your finger at somebody else, you need to be pointing three back at you. No, that fucking expression, that expression was made by the perpetrators. That's what that expression is for. Because motherfuckers in this reality want you to take responsibility for some shit that somebody else did to you. They just want you to get over the shit. Like, motherfuckers done totally fucked you over from the time you got to this planet, and now they want you, the victim, to also be the one taking accountability for being victimized. That's what this society does to people. and they want you to bring other people in here to suffer right along with you. Like, why would I bring another being into this planet so they can go through all the harsh suffering that I went through, all the bullying, all the abandonment, all the abusive relationships with my family, all the mental anguish with society, all the constant judgment, all the racism, all the hatred, all the scamming, all the, you know what I'm saying, all the finessing, all the trickery, all the fucking backstabbing, all the betraying. And motherfuckers are telling me that I need to bring a human being on this planet. You motherfuckers can kiss my ass. Like, I would never do no weird shit like that ever. Nobody could pay me enough to get my seat out of me. Like, that shit will never happen. I will never bring another being on this planet. But people's favorite excuses, in the Bible it says you need to be fruitful and multiply, and you know you're going to be the last person of of who you are, of your legacy. Like, your legacy won't contain. Who gives a fuck? My existence and the previous generations before me weren't shit anyway. Like, there was nothing special about the generations before me. None of those motherfuckers had a pot to piss in. None of those motherfuckers had a good, enjoyable life. And my life, to be honest, the way it's heading, the way it's going, if I don't figure it out, it ain't gonna be shit either. It's gonna be nothing. It's gonna be suffering. Either way you go in this fucking planetary system, whether if I don't figure it out, I'm gonna be suffering. When I do figure it out, I'm still gonna be suffering just to maintain the lifestyle that I have to maintain to be on this planet. So either way, I'm fucked. Why would I bring another human being to go through the same experience that I'm gonna go through? That makes no logical sense. And then some people would say, "Oh, you're just being selfish, You don't want to take care of somebody else like somebody took care of you." Motherfucker, I didn't ask to be here. I was forced into existence. How dare you try to act like this is some gift or some type of um, beautiful experience? How dare you act like I was given the world and everything was good for me and my experience was good? Now, for motherfuckers who experience was good, yeah, they would probably say, "Yeah, I owe it to myself to bring another human being in this existence." But the trauma and the stuff that I've endured, I would never want to bring another legacy, another being, so they can have the same hatred, the same energy that I have, and grow up in the same sick society that I did. That's weird. And then don't get me started if I have a boy that soon has to become a man, because he's going to go through the exact experiences that I went through. All the bullshit that I went through, he's going to go through every last single one of those experiences. And I'm going to have to live with the fact for the rest of my life knowing that I brought another soul into this world to suffer. And I'm not going to live with that. But society wants me to live with the fact that I'm going to be forcing them into an existence that they did not ask to be in. And they're going to be forced to do some shit that they never wanted to do just to survive on this fucking planet. And the thing about it is, I'm so to a point where I'm just so done with people on the planet that I don't even want to be around anybody anymore. I don't want a partner. I don't want friends. I don't want to be around fucking family. I don't really care. Like, I've gotten to the point I've outgrown just about everybody to where I'm content and fine with just being by myself. Like, I have no attachments to this realm. None. I'm not attached to family. I'm not attached to friends. I'm not attached to dating anymore. I'm not attached to this system. It's not worth it. None of the shit here is worth it. The shit that they're selling is not worth it. You couldn't convince me to work for it. You couldn't convince me to pay for it because it's just not worth it. What you get in this reality is some bullshit. A bunch of people selling you wet dreams and scams, fantasies. That's what you're going to get. You're going to get some shit that you didn't want. You're going to get some shit that's going to deteriorate, that's going to break down. That's not gonna last. That's gonna be taken away from you. That's what you're gonna get here. So when people be talking about, oh, thou shalt not love the world, it's not hard to not love this. Like, it's really not hard. I don't understand why how people think. Now, if you're rich, then yeah, you would probably be like, well, I could just buy something else again. But for people who don't have it, it's really not hard for you to not love the world. It's only for motherfuckers who got everything. Them the motherfuckers it's gonna be hard to stop loving the world because they're used to getting everything they want. They're used to women doing whatever the fuck they want. They're used to buying whatever the fuck they want. They're used to going whatever the fuck they want. They're used to eating whatever the fuck they want. It's gonna be hard for those motherfuckers to not love the world. Those are the souls and the beings that are gonna be coming back here. They're gonna be replaying this shit over lifetime after lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. Those are the people who are going to be suffering. Those believers who believe in heaven and hell, those are the people who are going to be in the next life. They're going to be experiencing exactly what they believe in. People be talking about karma and shit. And I'm just like, karma's not real because if karma was real, what happened to those motherfuckers that was bullying me and shit when I was little? Why karma ain't never get them? Why I ain't never see the karma attached to them? I ain't never seen this shit. So how the fuck I know they got the karma? What about the shit that I experienced in my childhood? You know what I'm saying? Why ain't no fucking karma ever happened to those motherfuckers? All the motherfuckers who stole from me, finessed me some kind of way. What a karma at for them motherfuckers? They ain't never get no karma. But motherfuckers be talking about karma though. If karma was real, how come the Indians never received, never got they get back? You know what I'm saying? If karma was real, right? Today I was on the bus and I saw two parents and they were each holding a baby in their arms. And I was thinking to myself, that's selfishness. Like, let's for real, to be honest, for real, that's fucking selfishness, bro. You brought two innocent beings into this world and you knew you were on the bus. You knew you were struggling. Why would you do that to another soul? Why would you put them in a reality where they might not have meals? They might struggle. And even if they do get welfare or government assistance, when they get older, they are going to suffer. Why would you do that to somebody just so you can have this ownership over another being for a short period of time? You willing to mess up and create this chaos and destruction and agony for somebody for the rest of their life? You're willing to do that to somebody for the rest of their life and you think nothing's wrong with that? I was walking down Vegas, uh, Fremont Street, and I thought to myself, I was just like, all of these people on this fucking street are selling some type of gimmick. They're selling sex. They're selling BDSM or some type of sexuality or some type of food or some type of cigar or some alcohol, some type of vice, something that's going to kill your ass or something to just take your money. You know what I'm saying? And I was thinking to myself, I said, the reason why all these people are willing to be out here all day and night doing these ridiculous stunts and crazy things on the street is because they are starving that bad in life that they're willing to just do anything else but work for it. That's how miserable people are on this existence. They're willing to literally put their body, use their body for display or use their body for some type of gimmick. Like I seen one dude on laying on the concrete and he had a sign saying "Move my body as you please," and I just thought to myself like, who came up with this weird ass gimmick and why? But then again, I already know why. He's trying to make money. People are willing to put themselves in some of the stupidest positions in life just so they can make money. That just goes to show you how evil this system is and how evil money is. Anytime it has somebody willing to do deplorable things just to get it. I mean, if you just look at prostitution, the porn industry, strippers, OnlyFans models. robbers, people who rob, people who steal for a living, scammers, murder for hire. Y'all think this is a good place to bring kids in? You think this is a good place to bring kids in? You people are sick, demonic. Every time you look up, whether it's on the news channel, whether it's on YouTube, whether it's on your Facebook feed or it's on a feed on Google, it's always something bad happening here. Somebody's always being killed. Somebody's always being raped. And y'all think this is a good place to bring kids to? I don't even get mad. I just laugh at these people nowadays because they really think they're going somewhere. They really think they're doing something with their lives. They really think this is a good reality that they're living in. Like from my understanding, we're already in hell. You motherfuckers just ain't got the memo yet. If hell is a place, we're in it right now. Motherfuckers talking about some, oh, well, we ain't burning up, da 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 da. Motherfucker, go to Arizona, go to Vegas, go to all these motherfuckers is getting burnt to a crisp on this fucking planetary system. They blaming it on climate change. No, motherfucker, that's just what this planet is. You either gonna burn the fucking death or or your ass gonna freeze the fucking death. Tell me that ain't hell. Any place where it's either bitter cold or it's extremely fucking hot, that don't sound like hell to you? If you think this is anything close to heaven, when your ass pass away, your ass gonna be under the fire. If you think this planetary system is anywhere close to heaven, you're out your rabbit ass mind. If you thinking about reincarnating in this hellish ass realm, you out your motherfucking mind. You gotta be batshit crazy. Nobody would willingly pick and choose to come here a second time. Now I know people was probably promised that if they come down here and they have this experience that they'll be rewarded with all these different things or they'll be rewarded with the heavenly realm or whatever they was lied to and tricked to believe or they'll gain some type of knowledge or experience by coming here. I don't know who told them that shit, but whoever sold you that shit, you need to get your fucking money back. You need to be finding that motherfucker now, kicking his ass and getting a refund. People be talking about, yeah, it's different planetary systems and it's new levels and for every level it's new devils and you get better at it. It's like, what are you talking about, man? Who told you that shit? All the theories of this planetary system is straight just it's garbage. I feel like it's something that should go on a fortune cookie because nobody really knows nothing. Because ain't nobody came back after they died and told you. But I'm supposed to go off of your belief system. Because everybody got a fucking theory. How can I believe and trust a whole bunch of motherfuckers who lied to me about Santa Claus? Who lied to me about what Christmas was about? Who lied to me about the Easter Bunny? Who lied to me about the Tooth Fairy? You think I'm gonna believe you motherfuckers on this planet? You batshit crazy. I'm gonna listen to a bunch of numbnuts who taught me some bullshit for 12 years that never amounted to nothing. Information that never got me nowhere. I'm gonna listen to you motherfuckers about life or the afterlife at that. I'm gonna take advice from you motherfuckers. All of you motherfuckers on here make the worst life decisions. And you want me to come and follow behind y'all footsteps. You're fucking bugging. I'm looking at the generations before me, and none of you motherfuckers had any success with none of the bullshit that y'all trying to perpetuate on the next generation. You motherfuckers are sellouts. The generation before you was losing. The generation before that was losing. The generation before that one was losing. And yo ass losing too. And I'm supposed to follow in y'all footsteps. Ain't none of you motherfuckers figured this shit out. But now here I am on this planet and you expecting me to figure this shit out with no blueprint, no guidance, no nothing. And when I finally do figure this shit out, you gonna want me to goddamn break bread and take care of you. That's the type of shit that I'm talking about. That's why I don't fuck with this world, bro. Cause of that shit right there. You didn't help me acquire shit. You wasn't trying to help me acquire shit. But when I finally do acquire something, you want to take everything I just fucking acquired. The game is fucking rigged. If you haven't figured that out by now, it's rigged. You can do whatever the fuck you want to do. You can become a winner. You can become a loser. You can become a whatever. Just know that at the end of it all, there's going to be suffering. In the beginning, there's going to be suffering. In the middle, it's going to be suffering. In the ending, it's going to be suffering. It's going to be suffering no matter what. It's going to be anguish no matter what. It's going to be pain no matter what. But I vowed something to myself that if I'm going to go through the pain, if I'm going to go through the hurt, if I'm going to struggle, I'm going to get a reward for my shit. And I'm just glad that there's nobody in my life to try to take claim to that. You know what I'm saying? Like there's finally really nobody in my life that can come and say, hey, yo, you know, you owe me for this. You know what I'm saying? I brought you into this world and, you know, now I need you to take care of me. Like that's one of the main reasons I feel like most of these people have kids because they thinking like one day, one day, you know, they're gonna be able to look back and say, hey, can you take care of me? I've really messed up. I made poor decisions in life and I'm up in age and I need somebody to take care of me. And I don't have anybody to take care. That's what your family is expecting. Even though they put you through the ringer, made you go through all of this bullshit and negative experiences, caused you all type of hell, all type of fucked up shit in your life, trauma, baggage, you know what I'm saying? They're then are gonna turn around and even though they fucked your life up, fucked you up, are gonna turn around and ask you to take care of them. That's selfish. Somebody who brought you into this world never gave a fuck about you, never looked out for you, never guided you, never gave you anything, a helping hand or nothing. And they're gonna turn around and expect you to be there for them. Man, this is a fucked up life, man. I swear, this shit is fucking hilarious, man. And the more you realize, it's like, the more you don't give a fuck, you know what I'm saying? You just kind of detach even more and more because you just realize that this shit wasn't about you. You know what I'm saying? Like all this shit that's here, this shit was never about you. It was about them. Their experience and why they chose to do what they chose to do in their life was always about them and their selfishness. And you just kind of have to kind of live with that. And it's crazy because people who have uh, the same, the same way of thinking that I have, they'll never really be able to be exploited again. They'll never be able to be taken advantage of because they're going to see things for what they are, you know? And that's what the Matrix doesn't want. They don't want people who are able to see things for what they are. They want you to see things how society sees things. And the people who see things the way society sees things are always going to be the ones that's going to be exploited. Always going to be the ones in anguish, miserable. They're always going to be the ones that give the most and get the least. And that's just what their reality is going to be until they finally snap out of it. But most people won't because they've been programmed and conditioned and they've been bred it. They've been, this information, this ideology of society has been beaten into them. And so by the time that they finally do wake up, sometimes it's just too late. They've already suffered so much. They've already been through so much. They've already lost so much. And it's very hard to put the pieces back together. Once you've been going through all of this crap here on this planet, a lot of times you don't get better. What happens is your life deteriorates and it gets worse. And so you just have to be able to get used to and coping with the fact that your life is in a downhill slope. And it may not ever come up. It may not ever get back to where it was, or it may not get better than what it is. And that's just being realistic. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can try as hard as you want. But what I've learned about this reality is just because you put in the effort in things doesn't guarantee an outcome, doesn't guarantee a result. Don't mean you're entitled to anything. That's what somebody told me. They said just because you put in the work or the effort doesn't guarantee you're entitled to do that or succeed in that. And I thought to myself, I was like, well, what's the point of doing anything on this fucking planet if you don't get what you put in? That's how you know this shit is bullshit, man. This whole planetary system is bullshit, bro. I'm telling you, it's not about you. This whole reality and realm is not about you. Once you realize that, you're going to be freer than a motherfucker. Once you realize everything in society, all of this shit that's here is not about you. It never was about you. It never gave a fuck about you. It was only designed to exploit you. That's it. Point blank period. That's what it's about. Alright, I see that I've been rambling on for about 31 minutes now. I'm just gonna leave it at that. This is Arts of War, and I'm out.